Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I am going to be talking about what your body type is and what exactly does that mean. So to start, there are three different body types: Ectomorph, Endomorph, and Mesomorph. Each of these different body types kind of help you to determine, how much muscle you hold easily, if you have a high metabolism or a slightly lower metabolism, that kind of thing. And one thing to keep in mind is that no person is 100% one body type. There are actually quite a few tests out there now that help you to determine on this spectrum where are you. So personally for me, I am mainly Mesomorph and Endomorph, which, sorry if I keep looking down, I have some notes on my computer to make sure I don't forget anything. But basically my combination of Mesomorph and Endomorph with probably just a little bit of Ectomorph somewhere in there means that I hold on to body fat really easily, which I do. I build muscle really easily, which I do. And I might not always have the fastest metabolism, so I'm personally gonna have to work a little bit harder to burn that extra fat and get lean. So what are these different body types and what do they mean? First, Ectomorph is kind of a lean and longer build. Typically, these people are going to have difficulty building muscle. They're gonna have to work really hard in the gym in order to pack on lean muscle mass. So it is easier for them to stay leaner longer. Think a marathon runner or a triathlete, someone like that. Second is Endomorph, which means that you store body fat pretty easily. It can be either difficult for you to gain muscle or easy for you to gain muscle. But kind of the main defining point of an Ectomorph is that you hold on to fat a little bit easier than maybe some of the other body types. Lastly is Mesomorph. And Mesomorph, I think personally, they have it best if you're mostly Mesomorph because you can put on lean muscle mass really easily. You have a high metabolism, so you burn fat off pretty quickly, so you kind of get a little bit of the best of both worlds in my opinion. So the biggest thing for most people is trying to figure out how these different body types affect their day-to-day life and how it affects their goals in the gym. I think the biggest thing to keep in mind is that you are on a spectrum, so you are an individual person, and while there are three body types, your specific body might have some specific needs. So as long as you continue to listen to your body and adjust your nutrients and your diet and your exercise program accordingly, you should be good to go. If you lie more towards the Ectomorph side of things, where you are a leaner and longer build and it takes a lot for you to pack muscle on, you're gonna wanna focus on doing your heavy lifting and your bodybuilding style accessories to really make sure that you are constantly progressively overloading your muscles and building muscle. Depending on how you look and feel, you're going to want to add some cardio in, may or may not actually, but it just really depends on you and what you think your body needs. If you notice you're gaining a little bit of weight and it's not weight that you want to be gaining, maybe add in a couple of cardio sessions a week. Start light and build it from there. But don't go overboard, especially at first, because you are not the body type that really needs cardio to stay lean. Your body doesn't naturally. If you're an Ectomorph, training and diet is going to be really essential depending on your goals. Well, this is going to be true for every body type, honestly. But if you're an Ectomorph and you are trying to put on lean muscle mass, in training, you're going to want to focus on strength training, which means you want to spend time in the gym lifting heavy, getting in those bodybuilding accessories, and that kind of thing. You're not gonna need to do a ton of cardio if you're trying to stay lean because your body is naturally gonna burn off a good amount of fat for you. But if you start to notice you're getting a little pudgier on areas you're not so fond of, definitely add in a couple of cardio sessions a week and then up it from there as you feel you need to. As far as diet goes for an Ectomorph, depending on your goals, you may want to be in a caloric surplus, especially if you're trying to build muscle. If you're building muscle as an Ectomorph, or at least mainly mainly as an Ectomorph, then you're gonna wanna make sure you're getting in a good amount of protein. So typically you want to start with about 1 gram per pound of body weight. So if you weighed 160 pounds, you'd eat 160 grams of protein per day. You might want to lower or up this just depending on your protein intake and how it's affecting your body. You can monitor that over time and just track your progress, your feelings, and all that sort of stuff. But definitely want to start with about 1 gram per pound of body fat. That's going to help your muscles build up and get stronger and put on that lean muscle mass. With any diet, if you're an ectomorph and you want to lose some weight, you're gonna need to be in a caloric deficit. Not really much more to say there. If you are an endomorph and you easily store body fat, then the gym is going to be essential for you, because the more lean muscle mass you build, the easier it's going to be for your body to burn off fat. So if you're in the gym and you are an endomorph, make sure that you're getting in the gym 4 or 5 times a week. You're hitting some decent cardio while you're in there. Start small with maybe just 2 sessions a week and then up it from there as you need to, depending on how fast you're reaching your goals in the time that you've set yourself to reach them in. Make sure your goals are realistic as far as like timing wise. Because if you're trying to lose 30 pounds in 30 days, you're just gonna gain it all back and then some. So keep that in mind, endomorphs. Depending on your goals as an endomorph as well, for you, if you're trying to build muscle mass, you might not have to be in as much of a caloric surplus as an ectomorph, but you're still going to want to make sure that you're eating enough calories to supply your body with enough protein and carbs and fats to reconstruct those muscles after a tough workout and put on that extra lean muscle mass. Who's coming to say hi? This one's Max. I think Lily was in the last video. This one's Max, and he's a naughty boy. If you want to lose weight and you're an endomorph, guess what? Caloric deficit. No avoiding that, people. I don't know why I think I'm funny. It's enough of that. And lastly, if you're a mesomorph, like I said, you kind of have a little bit of the best of both worlds because you burn fat easily with your high metabolism, and then you also simultaneously build muscle pretty easily. Depending on your goals, your gym regimen is definitely going to change. If you're focused on putting lean muscle mass in, I would definitely recommend starting with some heavyweight exercises and then adding in some bodybuilding style accessories. And if you're trying to lose a little bit of weight, it might be beneficial to add in some supersets and some trisets in there, just to help keep your heart rate up, keep your body pumping and the blood flowing, and that's my light. Thank you, cameraman. And just ensure that you are burning as much calories as possible. Again, if you are a mesomorph, you have a high metabolism, so you're definitely not gonna need to do a ton, hopefully. Like I said with the ectomorphs and endomorphs, start with maybe 2 days a week, up it from there as you need to. Just make sure you're monitoring your weight and your body fat percentages to see what your graph of weight loss looks like. This video is a train wreck. And lastly, mesomorphs in the kitchen, this is definitely gonna be another place for you to be strategic. If you're looking to build lean muscle mass, you're definitely going to want to eat in a caloric surplus, get in that extra protein, make sure your body has the building blocks to build more muscle. Lucky for you, you do build muscle pretty easily, so you won't have to be eating any crazy amounts of protein or crazy amounts of calories or anything like that, but definitely maybe knock them up a little bit. And if you're trying to lose a little bit of weight, guess what? Leave it in the comments below if you know. I'll wait. Caloric deficit. Lily, are you kidding me? So to sum up, while there are 3 different body types, you're definitely a combination of all of these to some extent. So really take the time to get to know your body, see how it responds to carbs, see how it responds to a surplus of protein, see how it responds to a surplus or a deficit of calories. Monitor that, take notes about how you're feeling, what your weight looks like, your body fat percentages, all that, and combine that data to really figure out what your body type is like. Like I said, there are some tests that are out there that help you to figure out where you are on the spectrum. But overall, the best person to identify your body type is you, because you're living in your body and you know it best. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I hope it was helpful for you. If you have any questions at all, please leave them in the comments below so we can get back to you as soon as possible on those. I really want to make sure that you're understanding your body type and how that affects your gym regimen as well as your diet every single day. If you enjoyed the video, please give a like and also click that red subscribe button down below, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.